Okay, so start by sitting up nice and tall, and you can either be sat on a chair, and that's absolutely fine, or if you wanted to sit on the floor, if that's comfortable for you, then that's fine too. Practice of yoga asana, the postures, really that helps to sort of get the body strong and supple enough so that so you can sit comfortably for for 20-30 minutes or whatever. But wherever you are, just make sure you're comfortable. So don't be feeling any pain. Have a comfortable seat, and then sitting tall and just gently closing the eyes and just feeling the ground underneath the feet, the contact with the ground. If you're seated, underneath the feet, or if you're cross-legged or sat on the floor, then just feel that on the sitting bones. Just any contact with the earth that you have. And then softening the belly and softening the chest. And making sure that the head is nicely balanced on the neck. So not looking sort of face down, that's the kind of sleeping a little bit. You can doze off, but not kind of the head back in any way. That could be start to dream then, but having it nicely balanced. And then bringing the awareness to the breath. So bringing the awareness to the breath. So being aware initially in the belly. Maybe you can feel the belly expand as you breathe in. And the belly contract slightly as you breathe out. So that's starting to get the diaphragm involved with the breath rather than breathing into the chest too much. And then the next 3 breaths, just make them extra long. So breathing deeply as you inhale. And as you exhale, just breathe out long and smooth again. So nice 3 big inhales and exhales, and just finding some release. Maybe you can sense there's any tension, maybe that can release down into the ground. And after you've done those 3 breaths, just allow the breath to become natural. And maybe it's a little bit longer now than it was before. Allow it just to be smooth. Just gently breathing in and breathing out. There's no effort required here. Just letting the breath breathe. Gently resting the awareness on the breath. So we're keeping the awareness partially on the breath, but also be aware of the center of the head. So coming up into the head. And there's lots of mind activity going on probably during the day. But this is the time just to be still inside the head. Just being still and noticing what's going on. So become the observer of any mental fluctuations, any mind activity, any thoughts, any feelings. Becoming aware of these things. So at no point in a meditation practice do we try to block the thoughts. We're not trying to block the thoughts at all. The thoughts will slow down a little bit. They'll start to dissipate. But just allow that to happen naturally. No force, no effort. A sense being interested in what's happening in there. Just being the observer. But if the mind does start to wander, then just gently, ever so gently, bring it back to the center of the head, and to the breath. And by being aware of any thoughts and gently bringing the awareness back, that is helping to strengthen that mindfulness muscle. So it's simply a practice. So a lot of the time when people first start to meditate, they just notice the thoughts, they're running wild, and they often say, I can't meditate because my mind is too active. Well, that's a good sign, because you can start to just simply by noticing the thoughts in the first place, and then bringing the awareness back. That is developing that mindfulness practice. Simply being with the breath, with the awareness on the center of the head, the point known as the Agya Chakra. Just being aware, being attentive, any thoughts, any ideas, any concepts, gently bringing it back. We're going to have a few more breaths here before we move on. And now just bringing the awareness down into the base of the spine. So it's the base of the spine or the pelvic floor region. So allowing the awareness to gently rest there for a few breaths. This is a region known as the Mulhadhara Chakra, where there's a connection with the material things, a connection with earth. So as you allow the awareness to descend down into this region, maybe you can also become aware of the legs and the feet, sitting bones, really connecting with the ground. Maybe even visualize any roots growing down into the ground. If there's ever any external noise, and that's part of the practice too. It's about not being distracted by that, just bringing the awareness back to the center, to the breath, and in this case to the pelvic floor region. So just resting with the awareness in this region for a few more breaths. And then we can just bring the awareness now into the heart space. So just feeling into the chest, This is a region of the Anahata Chakra, center of compassion. So just consider this region as the whole of the area between the armpits, the whole of the chest. So just allowing that feeling of compassion to expand. So allowing that compassion to expand now from the chest through the whole of the body. So just allowing the awareness to come back to the center. And then just leaving that practice in the heart space now. Just coming back into the breath and into the belly. And then just allowing the awareness to descend further into the sitting bones and the soles of the feet. Just preparing to finish the practice now. So we're going to just simply lower the chin to the chest. Just gently opening the eyes. Just in your own time, there's no rush to get out of this. It's a good practice really to come out as gently as possible without then all of a sudden rushing off into your daily life. And when you're ready, you can raise the face. And we'll finish the practice there.